I posted it at 2:14 a.m. No followers. No audience. Just a stupid thought I shouldn't have shared. I figured maybe 5 people would see it. When I woke up the next morning, over 2 million people already had. And a lot of them wanted me fired. The worst part is how small the decision felt. It took maybe 3 seconds. Type. Post. Done. That was it. 3 seconds. And somehow that was enough to change the next year of my life. That night I couldn't sleep. You know those nights where your brain refuses to shut off? I kept scrolling. One post after another. Arguments. Memes. Politics. People yelling at strangers in comment sections. After a while everything online starts to feel annoying. Fake. Performative. That's where my head was at. I was tired. Frustrated. And way too comfortable behind a screen. Eventually I opened the text box to write something. At first it was just a sarcastic thought. The kind of thing people tweet all the time. The kind of comment that feels funny at 2 a.m. but sounds completely different when millions of strangers read it. I typed it. Read it once. Then hit post. No hesitation. Because I assumed something very simple. No one would see it. I had maybe 80 followers. Most of them old friends from college. A few co-workers. Nothing serious. I wasn't famous. I wasn't controversial. Just another account floating in the middle of the internet. So I posted it. Closed the app. And went to sleep. The next morning my phone was vibrating. Over and over. At first I thought it was an alarm. But the screen kept lighting up. Notifications. Hundreds of them. Likes. Replies. Mentions. I opened the app. And for a second I thought it was a glitch. The numbers didn't make sense. Thousands of likes. Thousands of comments. People tagging each other. Arguing. Sharing the post. That's when my stomach dropped. Because I realized something had happened. Someone with a large account had shared it. Then another. Then another. By the time I fully woke up, it was everywhere. People were screenshotting it. Posting it on other platforms. Writing threads about it. Debating it. Some people thought it was funny. Most people didn't. And that's when the panic started. Because the post I wrote wasn't exactly kind. It was sarcasm. Dark humor. The kind of joke that works when your friends know you, but sounds brutal when strangers read it without context. The comments were brutal. People calling me horrible things. People saying I should lose my job. People digging through my profile. Trying to figure out who I was. Where I worked. Where I lived. And that's when I realized something terrifying. The internet had decided who I was. And I had no control over it anymore. I deleted the post. But it didn't matter. Screenshots already existed. Videos already existed. The post had escaped. Within a few hours, things got worse. Someone found my LinkedIn. Someone tagged my company. Then people started sending the screenshot to my workplace, asking if they supported employees who wrote things like that. My phone wouldn't stop vibrating. Messages. Emails. Mentions. Notifications. Every refresh brought more anger. Around noon my manager called me. His voice was calm. But tense. We need to talk. I already knew what the conversation was about. The meeting happened the next morning. Human resources. 2 managers. A printed screenshot of my post sitting on the table. They asked questions. What did I mean? What was the context? Why did I write it? But context doesn't matter when something goes viral. The internet had already decided what the post meant. And companies care about reputation more than explanations. By the end of that meeting, I didn't have a job anymore. There was no yelling, no accusations. Just a quiet conversation ending with, "We think it's best if we go separate ways." I walked out of the building carrying a small cardboard box. Exactly like those scenes you see in movies. Except this time I knew exactly why it happened. One post. 3 seconds. That was all it took. The internet moved on pretty quickly. There's always another outrage. Another viral mistake. Another person becoming the main character for the day. But the consequences don't disappear for the person at the center of it. Months later, I was still rebuilding. New job. New routines. Trying to move forward from something millions of strangers had already judged. And sometimes late at night, I think about that moment again. 2:14 a.m. Phone in my hand. Typing something that felt harmless. Posting it without thinking. Assuming it would disappear into the void. I was wrong. Because the internet doesn't forget. It doesn't care about context. It doesn't care about the mood you were in when you wrote something. It only cares about the screenshot, the words, and the reaction. And once those words exist online, they don't belong to you anymore. They belong to everyone else. All because I posted something I thought no one would ever see.